Oh, wait.
Ooh, what?
Oh, I just dropped my toolbox, and I heard a smashing noise.
Oh, what could it have been?
Maybe a ratchet. No, yeah, I dropped it. It went clank. But the important thing is that I felt like I was getting my toolbox to fix a hole in my heart.
I mean, what happened to your heart?
Oh, it was rifted apart.
Beautiful.
Welcome to Press
We're going to talk
Start.
about the game.
We're talking
Welcome
about
to
Mouse
Press
and
Start.
Robot, the video game.
So we got shown a lot of new gameplay at this state of play that Sony held. They showed off a ton of stuff. We're going to go through all of it. All told, I think the game looks really, really good. Don't you guys?
Yeah,
I mean,
looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I think it looks good. So
Looks.
thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye.
I will say, quick side note. This was the state of play Sony announced well beforehand, and they said that this state of play is going to be focused on Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart, and we're going to show off 2 little indie projects that we're working on as well. That's it. And even still, people in the comment section, when the state of play ended, they were freaking out. Like, that's it, man? Come on, Sony is really dropping the ball.
When it was the indie section, people were like, GTA 6. Where's GTA 6? And we're like, indie section.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Come on.
Watch as Rockstar. They're like, yeah, we thought about making another $500 billion on Grand Theft Auto 5, or on Grand Theft Auto 6, but you know what? We just don't want to deal with these people anymore. So
Which would be a fine thing, because people who are looking forward to GTA 6 are getting super annoying. Like, it was really funny for some time, but the people that are really looking forward to GTA 6 are also the people still pumping a bunch of money into Rockstar through GTA 5 Online.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's still so big that there's no real reason. I mean, there is reason for them to launch another one, because they'll make not just the payments on the online stuff when they transfer Grand Theft Auto Online to 6, but also they can require a $70 purchase in order to get Grand Theft Auto 6, and everybody will pay it. So for them, it's just a matter of taking their time, not running into a Red Dead Redemption Online issue where the thing just isn't ready. So they've got to spend a good amount of time polishing it up and getting it running well on next-gen consoles. But I mean, they've basically waited an entire generation. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on the 360. The 360. Think about that for a second while we talk about Ratchet and Clank.
We saw a lot. It was 15 minutes of gameplay, split half with Ratchet looking for Clank and half with Rivet, who is the new playable character who has ended up with Clank. Apparently all of this gameplay comes early in the game, and if that's true, that's seriously impressive, because we saw a hell of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that means the game's only gonna get bigger. Exciting.
I wonder how long it's gonna be, because Jacob, how long were the previous Ratchet and Clank games?
Not crazy long. It depends how good you are at them, kind of. Like,
it took Jacob 5 minutes.
It took me 7 minutes and a hot dog is all I needed to beat that game. No, I think it's like it's realistic to say, like, 15 to 20 hours, something like that. It's like it started out as an action platformer, so that's usually about what you would get. It's more about the person playing it in most cases. Some people might take them like 30 hours to get everything figured out. Some people might just take 20. Some might take 15.
I suppose it depends if you're a completionist or not as well.
That's true.
Yeah. How long to beat.com is saying for Ratchet and Clank 2016, it was roughly 10 hours for the main story, 13 hours for the main story and extra content, and then completionists could expect around 22 hours. Yeah. Roughly. So, I mean, that's a good length game. And if it maintains this level of production quality throughout, we're in for a treat.
Because it looks damn good.
That's
It
right.
does. And every little piece is so fantastically crafted and carefully it's one thing I've noticed even playing Returnal. The resolution boost, I didn't think would make that big of a deal. I really didn't. I was like, yeah, you got a big TV, it looks crisper. Does that really matter though when we're playing more cinematic things? But it does. Like, your brain appreciates the added detail, and it just makes everything look and move so much smoother. Now, they did say that there will be support for adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. If you haven't played on a PS5, I can understand why you might not be particularly thrilled about that. But I think Cammy and I can both say, while excluding Jacob, it's fantastic.
It's amazing.
I've used them before. I think they're neat.
Good.
They're neat. You gotta try Returnal. Returnal's cool because it has two different firing modes for your gun, and the way you change it is based on how far you pull down the trigger.
This has the same thing.
Yeah.
So
That's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, the burst pistol, it pulled the trigger in partially is a single accurate shot, and then all the way in is many rapid fire but wider, so less accurate. And the Enforcer had halfway for a single barrel, but obviously you get quicker reload, and then all the way in is both barrels. So there's lots of stuff like that.
And we should stress, if you haven't tried the controller, it might just sound like, oh, you're just pulling a trigger halfway down or all the way down. What's the big deal? Oh, I'm pulling the trigger down, cool, just based on how far you're going. But they're able to control the resistance. So you pull the trigger down halfway, you'll hit a stop. You'll feel like you've reached the end of the trigger's range of motion. And then you pull it harder, you'll click past that point, and then it goes all the way. So there's effectively two stops in the range of motion, which is something they can control and change like that based on the need or the gun itself or whatever you're doing. Again, it's just hard to explain unless you've tried it. But it is really cool, and it works really well.
Oh boy, well in this game you can move too, and the way you move, pretty dang cool. It's your basic stuff. You can dash, you can wall run, you can walk through dimensional tears, which lets you rift go teleport to different dimensions.
He doesn't do that.
Of course, you can ride a Speedle, which I didn't know that was the name of the thing, but that's a great name.
Isn't that great?
Oh, a speed beetle. See Ratchet doing some futuristic roller skating, like the 80s, And don't forget about aerial combat, which is something I'm definitely cool with as well. Add some verticality to your game. Doesn't mean just make it so you can go up. It means that you can jump around and do fun things
down
with the mechanics. That's right. You can go down with Ratchet Clank.
So the other piece with the verticality element, and then also the dimensional hairs, is the SSD. This is something we have seen glimpses of with games so far, with Blue Point's Demon Souls, a very fast load into the game. When you die, you reset super quick. There's no long load time. That's cool. Resident Evil 8, apparently, according to some reports, has roughly a 1.8 second load time before you're in the game playing. With Returnal, fast travel points are super fast. Probably within 3 seconds, you can be all the way on the other side of the map. Super cool. Ratchet and Clank is on another level. If you watch this trailer, we'll put up footage of it right now. In one hammer swing, completely changes the level. Not just a little bit. Not a reskin swapping out some assets. All of the buildings, everything is changed. The lighting changes. All of the AI controlled NPCs, everything all get swapped out in the span of probably a second and a half, which is mind-blowing that's possible now. And this is the beginning of the generation when this stuff is still getting sorted out, and they're still getting code arranged and trying to optimize for this hardware. So just imagine what's going to be possible later on. This is already crazy impressive, and is going to lead to some super cool things where you are jumping through portals, going into completely different levels every 30 seconds, I can't wait, and I can't wait to see where this goes, because this is the beginning of this, and it's only going to get crazier.
Yeah, speaking of like traveling through rifts and how quick it is, there's actually a boss fight which goes across dimensions.
It's cool.
It's
It's super
amazing!
cool.
Well, and it kind of changes based on the dimension you're in, which is
Wow.
like what's I think really cool, because
Same.
my fear when I heard they were going to do this dimensional jumping and swapping thing was that it's like, cool, like you're on a platform fighting enemies, and then you jump to a different dimension, and then these like different skins of the same enemies come in. Doesn't really change anything, but they've thought this through, at least the bits that we've seen. Every time you go into a new rift, into a new dimension, everything changes around. The combat shifts, the boss is still the same but also not. Like, it's just so cool. I'm just excited to see, because it seems like this is the type of thing or game where you can really push creative limits and just have fun with it, you know. And in addition to the new hardware, it's just made all the better. It's like It Takes Two, you know. It's a game that doesn't seem like it should be super engaging just because it's like, oh, you're playing as clay characters running through these basic platform levels, but it is one of the most creative experiences I've ever encountered in my entire life. Like, quick detour, play It Takes Two. It's amazing. I mean, all told, the game looks fantastic. I'm excited. It comes out June 11th on the PlayStation 5. I'm ready. I am ready for next gen gaming to be here, and it looks like it's on its way quickly. We got Returnal, and now we got Ratchet and Clank on its way, and you better believe late summer, early fall, we're gonna have a ton of stuff coming to round out the year. So buckle up, buckaroo. It's
That's
gonna be a
right.
bumpy ride.
Strap in, strap on. Let's see what you got.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let us know what you think of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart in the comment section below. We're very interested in hearing what you guys think of it. And as always, if you have any questions or video ideas, let us know as well. We're not as creative as the developers at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart or Insomniac Studios. So just let us know so we can leech off of your creativity.
Also, for those of you wondering, this game, despite popular speculation, will not feature Johnny Silverhand. They decided to instead make a game that works. Bye, everybody. Oh, what's this I'm throwing? What's this I'm throwing? Is that shade, perhaps? Cyberpunk's fine.
Yeah,
If you like
it is,
it, good
man.
for you. But you know, anyways, bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.